What would you do if the husband you married was leading a double life? Picture falling deeply in love, thinking you'd found your happy ever after, only to find your spouse wasn't actually yours. This is not only a tale of heartache. It is one of deception, swindle, and a battle for justice that uncovered one of the most sinister marriage scams in recent history. My name is Justine, and this is how my dream wedding turned into the darkest nightmare of my life. I was 27 when I wedded Trevor. He was charming, caring, and appeared to be the ideal man. Our whirlwind relationship was like fate. Dinners, long walks, intimate moments, and endless vows about a future full of hope. When he asked me to marry him, I felt that I'd hit the lottery of love. The wedding was all I had ever imagined it to be: vows at an upscale country club, loved ones cheering, and me believing I'd found my forever. But 6 weeks later, my forever looked a lot different. Trevor hadn't touched me once since the honeymoon. Not a kiss, not even a hand. Holding. Every move I made towards him ended in chilly dismissal. And when I called him out on it, his words stung. My body is my choice. Marriage doesn't own it. Respect my boundaries. Boundaries. We were married. Something was horribly, frighteningly amiss. I told myself at first he was stressed, perhaps getting used to married life. But Trevor's behavior became more bizarre. He was stuck on his phone, stepping outside for covert calls, vanishing for hours with weak apologies. One morning, I proposed therapy. His response was immediate. Quick denial, near fear. That is when my gut screamed, he is hiding something. Later in the day, when he was at a client meeting, I rummaged through his office. Flawlessly organized, too flawless. No personal items, no actual work files. Only generic papers. But then, I discovered it. A crumpled receipt in the garbage for a dozen roses from Las Vegas. Dated the same week he said he was at a conference in Utah. On the back, a telephone number with a Nevada area code. My heart fell. Who was Amanda? And why was my husband secretly sending her roses? That evening, I did something I promised I never would. I unlocked Trevor's phone with our wedding date as the password, and what I discovered destroyed my universe. Dozens of messages with Amanda. Love messages, photos of them as a couple, both with wedding bands. And the last message read, "Missing you, baby. This whole thing will soon be over." It wasn't an affair. It was a wedding. The following day, I brought everything to a divorce attorney. She regarded me sternly and said, "Justine, this isn't merely adultery. This is bigamy, a crime. We require a private investigator." And that is how Detective Torres entered the scene. A gritty veteran pie who handled marriage scams. He said something to me that I'll never forget. These individuals are business predators. They woo affluent targets, marry quickly, and bleed them in turn. Intimacy they steer clear of. Because to them, this isn't love, it is a business. His words sent shivers down my spine. Was my whole marriage a scam? Torres opened up an investigation within a matter of days. He verified my worst fears. Trevor was married to Amanda Wilson in Las Vegas, months prior to proposing to me. And it only got better. Amanda wasn't simply his wife. She was his sister. Together, they had been operating a coast-to-coast scam for years. Marrying wealthy women, making fraudulent documents, emptying accounts, then disappearing. I wasn't his first victim. I was the last. The strategy crystallized, lay a trap. I would seek a divorce, leading Trevor to think his plan was succeeding. The prenup he tricked me into signing left him with all of my assets if I quit within a year. He believed he'd get away with my trust fund, and I'd have nothing. But this time, federal agents had a stake. I'll never forget presenting him with the divorce papers. He glared at me with manufactured sadness and told me, "Perhaps time apart is what we need to determine what we truly desire." I taped each word. The very next morning, Trevor and Amanda entered a Denver bank prepared to drain accounts they'd opened in my name. Instead of leaving with millions, however, they were apprehended on the spot. The reality burst. They weren't after me alone. Authorities found at least 6 victims in several states. Altogether, they had swindled almost $5 million. I saw Trevor in a bright orange jumpsuit in court, his self-assured smirk exchanged for intimidation. The judge recited the indictment: bigamy, fraud, identity theft, conspiracy. He was sentenced to Fay years in federal prison. Amanda received Fay. Their scheme imploded. Their marks recovered their money, and their names are notorious as among the most horrific marriage scams in recent years. For months, I was convinced I was going crazy. I questioned my judgment, doubted my instincts, and held on to the hope that perhaps I was mistaken. But ultimately, believing my intuition saved me. Yes, Trevor lied to me. Yes, I was tricked. But rather than remain quiet, I struck back, and in the process, I prevented other women from being trapped like that too. This isn't a tale of broken hearts. It is about taking back your strength when someone attempts to take it from you. If you're watching this, take this with you. When something feels off in a relationship, trust yourself. Don't ignore the red flags. Love is not supposed to feel like secrets, lies, or rejection. And if this tale opened your eyes, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, because these true cases occur more frequently than you might imagine, and the more people are aware, the less likely predators like Trevor will be to get away. Stay alert, stay safe, and remember, sometimes revenge isn't hurtful. It is preventative.